Adonai roi lo exor.
This was a person who was healthy and well-fed. This was a person who seemed probably to have been chosen for her bone structure because she has symmetrical bone structure, so-called perfect bone structure, and seems to have been a person who was chosen for that reason. But she was healthy and well-fed and had this horrible thing happen to her among all of the millions of other people who were murdered at the time. And if we can do even a little bit to help with that, we don't even have all of her remains, but what we do have, we can lay to rest properly. And it's our honor to be able to give her some comfort, hopefully, and peace by doing that. I think there are two things here. One of them is that we are able to right a wrong that was done to a person. In Jewish tradition, the body is supposed to remain whole and is supposed to be buried whole and immediately. We do not do viewings of the body traditionally. According to traditional Jewish burial practices, the person is buried as soon as possible, sometimes the same day, sometimes the next day, delaying only a few days to allow family to come in for the funeral. The person is supposed to be buried shrouded in linen, plain, undyed linen, after having been washed carefully and lovingly by the Chevra Kadisha, which literally translates to the Holy Society. It's a euphemism for the burial society. These are members of the local Jewish community who prepare bodies for burial, supposed to be buried in some countries in a plain wooden coffin, and in some parts of the world where wood is scarce, just in a shroud. But this is a person who did not have the dignity to be buried quickly. She did not have the dignity to be buried whole, and she did not have the dignity to be buried at all. And the dignity of the deceased and honoring the deceased is one of our very strong values. It drives our funeral customs. It drives the haste with which we bury people, not, God forbid, because we're eager to get rid of them, but because we're eager to honor them and to see them on their way.